That means $7,374 was paid out in commissions. Those agents split that, which means each agent got a check for $3,687. The broker would then take half of that. That was what was the norm back then. That's what was typical. Okay. That means each agent's actual take home was $1,843.50. Okay. So if you're following at home, let's write that down. $1,843.50. That's the average agent take home from selling the average home in 1990. 2026, the average home price is $438,000. The average commission is 5.57%. Okay? That means the average check, total check, getting paid out between two agents, $24,397. Each agent would get $12,198.50. But now it's very common for an agent to keep upwards of 90% of that revenue, or $10,978.65. So write that number down on the side. 2026 average agent, $10,978.65. Now, if you inflation adjust that average agent pay of $1,843.50 in 1990 to today, that's $4,719.36. So inflation adjusted from then to today, $1,843.50 is $4,719.36. But the agent today is actually making $10,978.65, aka 132.6% more. This is because of two things. The price appreciation of homes, they've gone through the roof. Housing across the country has gone up about 50% just in the past 6 years. But here in my little market outside New Orleans, Louisiana, there's no less than 8 different brokerages that I can find that are offering unbelievable deals to recruit real estate agents. Okay? So here's where it gets interesting. I actually ran AI to pull all this data. And one of the reasons that AI gave for why being a real estate agent was so much more expensive today is because it's so much harder for agents to find deals today. In 1990, there was 800,000 members of the National Association of Realtors. Now we're almost double that at a little over 1.5 million, but there's another 1.5 million licensed real estate agents, which means we're looking at 3 million real estate agents today. Okay. So with all that being said, one of the reasons why AI said being an agent is so much more difficult today is finding deals, because there's such an overpopulation of agents, because they are so overpaid based on a per deal basis. Okay. So agents are now giving 40% of their revenue sometimes to companies like Redfin or Zillow or OpCity or tons of other companies that are generating quality real estate leads and passing them along to agents. So agents are having to pay out huge referral fees to get those leads. Okay, that's how those companies are making money. There's actually a lawsuit about this right now where Zillow is steering leads to agents with the understanding that that agent is going to charge at least 3%, because the higher the number the agent charges the client, the higher the amount that referral is worth. And that agent is also expected to steer that person to Zillow Home Loans so Zillow can make money doing their mortgage as well. There's a lawsuit about that right now. So if you take that average number again, once again, $12,198.50, the average commission that an agent makes today, if you chop 40% off the top of that to give to Zillow, that leaves $7,319.10. So if you got to pay out a 40% referral fee, you're still left with $7,319.10. If you have to pay your broker 10%, which a lot of agents can find better deals than that. There are deals out there where you can pay your broker $100, $200 per transaction. That's it. That agent still makes $6,587.19 off that deal, even if they have to pay a huge referral fee and pay their broker 10%. Now remember, inflation adjusted, that agent in 1990 made $4,719.36 after they paid their broker half, inflation adjusted. Now you can afford to basically pay out half the money to Zillow and your broker, and you're still left with 40% more money today than you made inflation adjusted in 1990.